Hey everyone, welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Chibi, Ruby, Rose. We're going to start with the eyes. I'm going to start on the left side and draw a circle for the eye. Starting from the top, come around to the bottom, and then back up to the top. We're going to leave a gap in the middle and draw the same thing on the right side. Starting at the top, come around the sides, to the bottom, and then back up to the top. Let's add a little highlight on the top left area. So up here on the left side, we're going to draw a small circle. And then in the middle of the eye, we're going to draw in the pupil, but tucked it in behind the highlight. So at the bottom of the highlight here, circle around and just tuck this in underneath. We'll color that in black. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to draw that circle for the highlight on the top. And then we'll draw in the pupil tucked in underneath. So at the bottom of the highlight, we'll circle around and then onto the side. We'll color that in black. Let's add in some thick eyelashes around the eyes. So starting on the left side, we're going to draw a curve from the left side, on the outside here, just above the eye and towards the inside. We're going to take that end and just curve around the side of the eye. We're going to thicken up the eyelash. So from the bottom here, we're just going to curve up. Curving up and out. Now from here, we're going to dip down above the eyelash and just blend it into the side. So from the top here, we're going to curve down and in, and then just work our way towards the center of the face, so it kind of thickens up on the inside. Let's go ahead and color that in black. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to start on the inside this time and curving up above the eye. So starting up here, curve above the eye to the outside. Now from here, we're going to curve the side of the eyelash, curving around the eye on the side. Now we want to thicken up the eyelash. So starting on the inside this time, we're going to curve, get a little bit wider, and as we get to the end, we're going to curve it up. We're going to curl this back down to the side of the eye and just blend it down to the bottom. We'll color that all in black. Let's give her a little bit of a double eyelid. So just above the eyelash here on the left, we're just going to draw a little curve that goes across, and on the right, we'll do the same thing. Let's go ahead and layer in the hair bangs going over the face. So just above the right eye, just up here, we're going to draw a point. Now we want to draw the hair bangs coming down over the face, curved over towards the left. Starting up here at the point, we'll curve down between the eyes, and then we're going to curve this back up so it gets a little bit wider as we come up. We're going to do one more coming across over towards the left eye. So up here, we'll curve into the eye, and then again we're going to curve up and get wider as we come up. Now this one on the side is going to go to the side of the eye here. So from this point, we're just going to cross over the eyelash, and we're going to curve back up the side of the head. So it gets wider as we come up. Let's move over to the right side and do the same thing. So this one's going to curve over in the opposite direction. So over the eyelash on the right like that. Now we want to overlap this and curve in towards the face. So just up here, we curve around over that line and just underneath the right eye. We're going to pull that back up on the side of the head. So curving back up and out. Let's continue layering in the hair. So on the side here, we're just going to drop the hair down on the side. So along the bottom here, I'm going to curve down. Now we're going to curve up the side of the head again. So curving around, going up to right about there. I want to add in some hair sort of flicked out on the side this way. So along the side here, we're going to curve out in the opposite direction. We're going to curve it back up to the side of the head. I'm going to do one more little one here. So curving out. Now before I go too far, I want to go to the right side, sort of balance this out. So at the bottom of this curve, I'm going to curve again, going in, about the same height as we have on the left. So we want to balance this out. So we're going to curve back up the side of the head to right about there. And again, we're going to flick out the side of the hair here. So right down here, we're going to curve out. Now this is going to come up over the top and then just come into a part on the side of the head here. So let's go back to the left side. I'm going to start by going up this way. Curving up like that. This is going to curve over the top of the head and down just above this part here. Going up. Now I'm just going to keep my eye on that part there. Up and over, and then down to the part there. This point is going to curve out again and come down to this point. So we're going to do like a little backwards S shape. Starting at the top, curve around to the side of the head, coming straight down on the side, and then pulling it to that point on the side of the head there. Let's layer in some eyebrows underneath. So just above the right eye, I'm going to draw a curve going underneath the hairbang, going across like that. Now I want to thicken this up, so starting back at the point, I'm going to curve up and out. I'm going to color that in black. Let's do the same thing on the left side. So here, we want to line up the height. So right up here, underneath the hair, we're going to curve down. We're going to thicken up the outside and then just come in so it gets a little bit narrower, and we'll color that in black. From here, let's draw in the mouth. So in between the eyes, just down here, I'm going to draw a little tiny curve, a little mouth. Now I want to open up the mouth a little bit, so on these two ends, we're going to connect it with a curve that comes down and then back up. Let's go ahead and draw on the bottom of the face. So we're going to draw the bottom of the chin just below the mouth here. We're going to start on the left side and just curve it almost like a big half circle, coming down towards the chin. It's right there. Now we want to pull it back up on the right side. So we're going to go across and just pull it in underneath the hair like that. Now that we got the head, let's draw in the body. So we're going to start with the inner part of the cape first. Now I'm going to have the body sort of turn slightly this way. So just on the left side of center, we're going to curve down. On the right side of center, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. So they're both coming in towards each other that way. From here, we're going to draw the bottom of the cape edge. On the left, we're going to curve it out. On the right, we'll curve it out. Okay, so now we're not going to draw on the rest of the cape. We're just going to have to draw on the body first, and then we'll finish off the cape afterwards. Now, because the body's turned, I'm going to have the body sort of curve this way. Starting on the outside of the body here, we're going to leave a little gap at the top, curve out and down. We're going to do the same thing on the left side, but we're going to turn it this way a little bit. So starting at the top, leaving a gap, we'll curve down towards the hips. We're going to connect those 2 points with a curve for the waistline. Going down in the middle and then back up. Let's draw the top of the corset. So up here we're going to draw another curve, going across like this. In the center, just below the chin, we're going to draw a curve down to the top of the corset. Now we're not going to go straight down, we're going to curve it over towards the right, like that. So now it looks like the body's turned. We're going to tuck the arms in underneath, in behind the back. So underneath this line, we're just going to step over a little bit, so there's a slight overlap, curving around, and then pulling it in behind the corset. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So down here, curve out, and behind the corset. We're going to just draw the little wrinkle for the elbow area. So right here, just curve out towards the left, out towards the right. Let's draw in the skirt. So because the body's turned, it's going to be sort of swooshed this way. Starting from the right hip, we're going to curve out and then down. On the left, this is going to go out a little bit further, going out that way. Now we're going to have to connect this with a series of pleats. Starting on the left side here, we're going to curve in. We're going to do an overlapping line. So right up here, we're going to curve out, so it extends beyond it. We're going to curve in. Now we're going to do a series of little swoops all the way across. Do one more. And right here, as we get towards the end, I'm going to draw another pleat. Curve it up, and this line is going to get tucked in underneath like that. Let's draw the bottom of the belt area. So down here, draw another curve going across. In the hip here, there's a little rose. So we're going to do a very, very simple rose detail on the side here. So we're just going to draw a little circle, but we're going to do a little bit of a wave as we go around. So it's kind of like a squiggly little circle. We're going to draw another one on the inside, a smaller one. And then one final one on the inside. So for a very small, simple rose. On the bottom of these curves, at these points here, we're just going to curve up and towards the center of the body with a short curve going up like that. Let's draw the bottom layer of the skirt underneath. So from the left side, we're going to step over towards the right and draw a curve going out. Now we don't have to do these little pleats like we did at the top. We just want to draw a little wave along the bottom. So I'm just going to start by just drawing a wave that goes all the way across like that. Now from the end here, we're just going to tuck this in with a curve underneath the skirt. Let's draw on the feet. So I'm going to have one foot sort of planted dead center and one leg out on its toe. So we're going to start in the middle here. We'll do it with a straight line coming down towards the heel. We're going to draw on the right foot. Curve across to the toe. Now we're going to curve the top of the foot. This is going to be like a half circle aimed towards the heel like that. Now at the top of this curve, I'm going to curve outwards. It's going out towards the hip. Let's draw in a little bit of a sole. So we're going to draw a little curve to thicken up the sole here. And then the boot line, right here, just going to curve across the bottom like that. For the left foot, we're going to have this up on the toe. So we're going to start underneath here. We're going to draw a curve coming down to the toe and then pulling it up underneath the skirt. Under here, we want to show a little bit of the kneecap. So right here, we'll draw a little curve like that. We're going to thicken up the sole just on the outside edge here. So from the outside, curve around, and then just blend it into the toe. Let's draw in the cape. So on the side here, we're going to have the cape sort of swooshed this way. So underneath the chin, we're going to go around the shoulder, down, and then pull it out towards the left. On this side, we're just going to curve around the body. So underneath the chin, curve around the body, and pull it in towards the leg like that. From here, we want to connect those 2 points with a little wave. So from here on the end on the left, we're going to curve underneath the body, and then it's going to curve in the opposite direction towards the tip on the right side. I'm just going to go ahead and thicken up this line at the end just a little bit. The final thing we want to add is the little cross stitching on the corset here. So because it's colored in red, we're going to have to give it some thickness. So in the middle, we want to draw a little V. So at the bottom of this line, we're going to draw like an elongated V. On the ends, we're going to round them out. Now we're going to pull them in just alongside and leaving a gap in the middle. We're going to take these points and go out. We're going to pull these back in, so about halfway between this point and the bottom of the corset. Come in, and then finally we're going to go back out towards the bottom. Just like that. Let's round out the bottoms just like we did at the top, and we're going to bring them up to a central point. In the middle here, we just want to draw like a diamond shape, just to give the stitching some shape. The final thing, I just want to give her some cuffs of their sleeve here. So right here, I'm going to draw a curve. Do one more on the right side like this. And along the edge, we want to give it a little fringe. So I'm just going to draw a little wave for a little bit of a fringe on the end. We'll give her a little pouch on the side here as well. So on the corner, we go up, we go down at an angle, and then tuck that in to the bottom of the belt. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi, Ruby, Rose. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you subscribe and check out our Chibi playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.